Hello and welcome to that Peter Crouch podcast with the notorious SID and Chris Stark. It's a special Friday edition. How are we, lads?
Really good. There's so much to talk about.
There's
here,
loads
boys.
here, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. I mean, I'm not really good. I'm bottom of the league. I'm pissed off. Paddy Power stitched me up. Where do you want to start?
Do you feel like you've been shithoused?
2-1.
2-1 to Tottenham. Obviously, they gave you that score. You used your lifeline. Yeah. They went for Tottenham. They stuck their neck on the line there.
They fucked me.
You fucked
They fucked me. There's no two ways about it.
I just think...
Can't deny his personal experience there, Crouchy.
Well, you're saying in my history with Paddy Power maybe worked against Sid here. Is this what you think?
Well, it does seem suspicious that you are very closely aligned with Paddy Power. Sid has had a shocker of a week. You know, there are questions to be asked there.
You're contesting my integrity.
No, I'm just saying there's a little mark on you there.
You think?
Yeah.
Essential financial fair play.
It is amazing when you look at the results. And so my lad was playing on a Saturday, and it was half time, and I looked at the scores. Wolves 1-0. I'm thinking, get in there, please stay like that. All of a sudden, then it all starts going different ways, and then you get 3 points. It puts you on the
Suspicious though, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
Imagine points get docked at the end of the season. Don't rule it out.
We're going to look into that.
Because you are so far ahead in this league now.
Well,
it's
the thing is like, look, the scores were Spurs-Arsenal were 3-2 to Arsenal. Everton 1-0 against Brentford. Wolves 2-1. Wolves beat Luton 2-1. That was the correct score that I got. I also had Arsenal to win, which gave me another point. But the scores were 4 points to me, Chris 2 and Sid's 2.
Yeah.
So that takes me into the lead with 23 points, Chris 18 points and Sid's 17 points. I'm feeling very confident.
Yeah, you're clear now. You're 6 points clear of me. That's too big to recover. I've just got to now chase you. I've got to chase you.
I don't think you're that far ahead.
I don't either. You were that far ahead at one stage.
This is what I mean. I think it'll be a massive injustice if I lose this in the final day, because I've not been in trouble all season.
You haven't been in relegation zone at all.
No, and I can totally see this happening. In other news this week, are you familiar with the work of the urban Tandoor?
No.
So we haven't really spoken about the Samrat for quite a while, have we?
God, you're right. Yeah, we need to get back down there.
It feels like we need to go back there, do another night in there. It's always nice to go check in, see what they're up to. But this thing came, someone sent it into the pod. Sorry, I can't remember who. And I thought this was brilliant. I said I'd share it with you boys. This is another curry house, but this one's in Bristol. They're called the Urban Tandoor. And
so it's not Tandoori, it's Tandoor.
Yeah, and what they do is they do versions of songs themselves. And I think the Samrat could learn a lesson from this. So this is their version of Man in the Mirror that they're calling Nan in the Mirror. Do you want to hear a bit?
I'd absolutely love to.
We have to.
Okay. Yeah, here we go.
I wanna make a change for once in my life. I want a meal that's real good. Go for something different with the basmati rice. I see the kids in the seats. Yeah, they're ready to eat. Or do I order wine? Am I pretending not to feel that need? The Tandoor one's hot. They fill our glasses up, and I feel at home. The waiters are heading to us now, 'cause there's no place that I'd rather go. God, I just want to know. I'm starting with the man in the mirror.
World class.
Life asking me to change my ways.
How good is that?
You're so messy, could you be any cleaner? If you wanna feel yourself on nine inside, take a look at yourself and pass the rice.
I think the Samrat needs to up its game, doesn't it?
Wow, yeah, a fair play. I mean, what a song!
Unbelievable.
Absolute belter.
You know, quick shout out to the Urban Tandoor in Bristol. Lovely stuff.
Superb. All right, well, listen, great games again. I was at the Liverpool game. I don't know, did you do any games the weekend? I was at West Ham, Liverpool.
No, I had the weekend off, so I was watching a lot of the games.
Quite eventful at the London Stadium. I was sitting there with Tony, actually, having a bit of pie and mash.
Did it go down well?
Yeah, lovely.
Nice.
Roasting hot it was. It was absolutely stunning. Lindsay had some with me as well. Very nice. Had that in the box at West Ham, but then it was uneventful first half, but fuck me, it kicked off in the second.
It kicked off in more ways than one.
It did, yeah. We obviously, what's your take on the Salah situation?
Well, I mean, when you first see it, it just looked as though he was just pissed off for being on as a sub, and then it looked as though he was saying, Klopp was saying, like, you know, come on, let's win us the game, kind of thing. And he looks like he's turning around going, fuck off. Like, you should have started me, this wouldn't be happening.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like it's kind of one of them, but there's footage has come out of it a little bit before, isn't there? And he airs him, doesn't he? Did you say you see it?
Yeah, I've seen the video it's like a 2-minute clip. But basically, like, I think it's just something, he's fuming that he's been dropped. That's obvious. He's absolutely fuming. I think Klopp goes to shake his hand before he comes on. If you look at it, I think it's Nunez, I can't remember the other player
Gomez
who's coming on yet. It's a handshake, it's a hug for both of them. But he's gone to shake Salah's hand, and Salah's just high-fived him, not even looked at him. So you can see Klopp kind of go, oh, like, all right. Then he's walked away, and he's not letting it. He's obviously thought to himself. You know when Harry gets hit by the ball?
Yeah.
The
delay.
And you can see he can see his head working. He's going, I'm not fucking having that. I think it's the same with Klopp. And Klopp's obviously come back over and not had it. Obviously said some words, and the exchange been, but it was frosty. They're very frosty.
It was frosty and it was public,
Very
wasn't
public,
it? And
yeah.
I think that's the thing is, if Klopp hasn't managed to shake it at that point, I imagine the question that's going through his mind is, knowing that cameras are on both of them, do you let it slide and look like, you just let him get away with one, or do you have a go back because it's dissent?
Yeah,
I don't know what's the right answer in that.
And obviously the comments after weren't great as well. Walking through the mix zone, and it was, if I speak now, there'll be fire.
Yeah.
Obviously, just spice things up again. But it'd be interesting to see how he goes on the weekend now. With do you start him? Do you
Have to start him.
do you pull rank and not start him? But then it drags on. Probably the best bet is to play him. Hopefully, he scores and you hug and make up.
Done.
It's all done then. Isn't it?
It's a shame because you don't want it to fizzle out like that. If they're both possibly going to go at the end of the season, you don't want them to it be done sell. It'd be great, as you said there, if he starts him on the weekend, if he scores and runs over and cuddles him. It just, like the one
End
with Wayne Rooney when he went out in the week and got knocked out, and then he done the celebration and
Kills it, doesn't it?
Does brilliant. That would be
It's a
good
shame
one.
because Mo Salah's been instrumental in Jurgen Klopp's unbelievable reign at Liverpool. So it would be a shame if it kind of just ended on a sour note.
How much? Because it's a frustrating distraction as well for the rest of the team. Surely it is an example of something that is now a drama that everyone is wanting to see every little movement that they both make. Does that affect you if you're playing in that team? Does it? How would it be for you guys?
No, as players and the rest of the players, you'd be winding them up. I mean, I've seen it loads of times with players who fell out with. You just kind of have a laugh with it. It's like, obviously, unless it becomes toxic and he starts becoming a cancer in the dressing room. But I couldn't see Mo Salah doing that. Yeah. But I've seen it previously with players. And you get on with your job. I mean, everyone's got their problems with the manager.
I think there would be. I don't think there'd be any banter on the weekend, but I think in the early part of this week there might be a little high five to Mo and as if to leave him hanging one of them ones. But I don't know, he seems like a bit of a serious character. If they'd have won, it would have been papered over in that way. But I think they need to get back to winning ways.
I'm just thinking of my experiences with players that aren't, that have had a problem with the manager. You just try and make light of it, don't you? Situations. All good. That was interesting. Obviously, a new manager coming in as well. Arne Slot, potentially. I think he'd be good. I think he'll
slot in nicely.
Yeah.
That was terrible. That was too easy.
I liked it.
Too easy.
That's exactly what we do here at the podcast. Everton having had a good week as well. Relegation, obviously Sheffield United.
Yeah,
that was a bad one. Not ideal, but I think we should look forward and into this week's fixtures.
Yes,
you ready for it?
Yes, do it.
All right, the next part of the podcast is supported by Paddy Power. It's their big weekend fixture. Sids, you used the Paddy predictor last week. How was that for you?
Yeah, go fuck themselves.
I'm sure this is the messages they want to cross, isn't it? It's,
All right, let's do it.
Cheers for supporting the bank of the podcast.
you keep doing these nice formal, supported by probably fuck 'em.
Go fuck.
I feel like I'm at Millwall.
But you're obviously angry that the advice didn't quite go to plan, but that can happen to anyone, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
So,
know, yeah. And do you know what? I was watching the game yesterday and, Spurs, they played well first half. They didn't deserve to be 3-0 down. But when Liverpool scored the second goal, that's when I was fuming because that's me fucked.
I think the majority of it is that, they will get more right than they get wrong.
Yeah.
It just happens that, unfortunately,
No doubt you might get sort of Man City versus Sheffield United for a Man City win. That's what you'll end up getting. But yeah, there we go. I had to use my lifeline. I did. It didn't. It didn't work out. And now, I'm
Can I just check?
I'm
You know the
lingering.
phoning lifeline one, the phoner. We're not calling it phone a friend because that's from another TV show. Phone a pal or whatever it was. Is it for one game or is it predictions for them all?
One game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just the one game, yeah.
Yeah.
You tried Wilson Raider maybe potentially today.
Yeah, it was annoying. I missed a call from him after the last podcast.
Oh, you missed it, did you? Or did you completely pie him after the podcast?
No, it's such a hard thing
Not
to
as funny on your own,
this,
is it?
I was on the train. I was looking at it going, I can't have this conversation now.
How are you going to explain?
Imagine anyone's listening to that.
Was it a call?
Hello, Willstone Raiders. Sorry.
Can you imagine us sitting next to Chris on the train? Hi, Wilson Raider.
But was it a call? Was it a FaceTime?
FaceTime.
So he FaceTimed. Imagine that. Oh, Chris, how you doing?
You want some?
Hi, son.
On the train.
Well, anyway, the game is Liverpool versus Tottenham. All right, this is interesting. Because obviously, two teams that have had poor results of late. Liverpool to win is 2-5 at Anfield. 10 against you, £14. So they're strong favourites. Tottenham 9-2. 10 against you, £55 back. Score draw, interesting. There's been a lot of goals between them. I think I could see like a 2-2. Score draw is 4-1. 10 against you, 50 back.
Yeah, it's a really tough one. It's Liverpool Anfield though, and they were off the boil. Bad couple of results. Spurs, like I said, they did play well. They just left. They got back into it second half. They just. This is a tough one because Spurs need a win because they're chasing Villa, aren't they, for top four, and Liverpool don't want to go out on a whimper.
There's goals here as well. Like, Liverpool had no clean sheet in the last 7 Premier League games, which is unlike a team really at the top.
I'm going to use my phone, pal.
Are you?
Yeah, let's go.
You're going to go with him again?
I'm going to try
Wilson.
the Willstone Raider.
Oh, please pick up.
They're calling me Willstone.
Mr. Raider.
Call him Mr. Raider.
Here he is. Hello, mate.
How you doing?
Really good. Thank you for picking up the phone. It's going to be a weird one. You good, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just going outside to get a better reception.
All right, no worries. Yeah, look, this is going to be a bit of a weird one to explain to you, but I'm recording the podcast that I do with Crouchy and Steve Sidwell. And what we do is we do some predictions for the games for the weekend.
All right.
I get the phone. I get the phone one person, and so I thought I'd phone you.
Thank you.
The lads are here as well. There's Crouchy.
Hello, mate. How are we? You all right? You all right?
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, all good. Hey, where were you up to?
I'm just at work at the moment.
Good man.
You still raiding?
I'm trying to.
I love it. What do you make of all that?
It's started off a nightmare, but I do a lot of charity things, so I love the charity work that I do.
All right, good man. Yeah, listen, mate, I'd love to meet you. Anytime, we'll give you a shout after this.
Yeah, definitely. Trish's got my number.
All right. Top man.
Anything for Sid's here, Willstone?
Not really. I think it's hard to make out, innit?
Up the radar.
Yeah, okay.
What does he fancy?
Yeah, so listen, I need to ask you. So
Liverpool-Tottenham.
Liverpool-Tottenham, I need to know your thoughts, what the score will be, and just give me a reason why, because I need to get this right.
Right. Both teams, I think Liverpool blown the title, they know it. Tottenham was still looking for a Champions League place, so I fancy Tottenham 2-1.
Oh, big call.
Yeah,
Big
he's
call.
got to go with it.
Love that.
That is, do you know, bizarrely, that's exactly what I wrote down as well.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah, love it, love it. All right, well, we'll leave you to it. Big love.
And you?
Top man, mate. Listen, we'll meet up soon, mate.
Yeah?
What's that?
We'll have to meet up.
100%, mate.
Hey, mate.
No, mate, love to. We'll have a beer or something.
You're absolutely brilliant.
Oh, I really appreciate
What a
that,
legend.
mate. Thanks so much.
Nice one, mate.
Love that.
You've got fans, mate.
I love it. Yeah, I've got a catchphrase in.
What a guy.
Very quickly, how are Wheelstone doing? All right?
They finished just above the relegation area, so we done well. We done all right.
David Noble's down
We
there.
first started, I went to Notts County. We got another bloke in, and I don't think it was up to standard. But we just about made it.
Fair enough, mate.
That's it.
Nice. All right, mate. We'll back stronger and all that. And
Right.
we'll speak soon, all right?
All the best to us. Have a good one, mate. Thank you.
Top man,
See you in a
mate.
bit, mate. Bye, then. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
What a guy.
What a guy. 2-1 then.
What a lovely
And
fella.
you wrote
Yeah.
you wrote 2-1.
I've written 2-1 down.
Oh
so,
my God.
So that works for me. That's fine. So I'm going to go Tottenham 2, Liverpool 1.
Oh, brilliant.
Well, I'm going to go the opposite. I'm going to say Liverpool 2-1.
All right, I'm going to use my phone a friend for this as well. They're just busy at the moment, but by the end of the pod, I'll have a score for you. All right.
Great.
Are we
And
allowing,
hopefully, I'll have a person for
are
you.
we allowing this? Is this
What do
all
you
right?
mean?
Well, obviously, we need to.
Yeah, I
Clown ready for
honestly, I'm
weekend.
quite easy going on these rules. I don't know why we make them so strict.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you deserve to be bottom.
Maybe you should
Right.
start fucking caring.
I don't know why we wrap ourselves in red tape. Like, if you've got a famous footballer who wants to come on, just fucking let them
listen,
come on.
Fun needs rules, right?
Have fun, but do it by being disciplined.
Do
Yeah.
it by being disciplined.
All right, so your pal is going to get back in touch.
Yes, I'm gonna have.
That's fine.
Hopefully, I'll have a guest on by the end.
Okay, so 2-1 Spurs.
Yeah.
I've gone 2-1 to Liverpool.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'll come back to me later.
Yep.
Okay, great game, that one. Really looking forward to it. It's usually a cracker. Odds are correct at the time of recording. Please gamble responsibly. Straight into Chelsea, West Ham. 4 teams still in with a shout at the final European spot next season. This game to be make or break for Chelsea and West Ham, really. Can you see it, Sids?
What, Chelsea getting into Europe?
Look into Europe, are they?
Nah. You know, look at them on the weekend. Like, terrible first half against Villa.
Terrible first half. That weird late game, though, wasn't it? And it was. And what do you feel about that 8 o'clock fixture? By the way, I mean, as a fan, not going to the game, I would hate to go along for an 8 o'clock, but it's quite cool having a late one on in the pub. You know, just for extending the sesh.
Well, if you think about it, right, I had a game at 12:30 because Lindsay actually went from West Ham to Villa Park, right? But you think about it, if you get in the pub at like 12, you leave at 10 p.m. and you've watched 3 matches in there.
Just want football on all the time. I mean, it won't be long till we have one after midnight, won't it? Imagine like a 3 a.m. kickoff. Like, that's the way it goes.
I struggled with them though because I, when I was in Dubai, I was watching the matches, and some of them were like 2 in the morning and like 11:30 at night and stuff, and I was. In the next day, I was. It was like it was all a dream or something. I woke up and went, "Was there football last night?" Fucking paralytic.
But it was
Okay. Stay up for them.
It was a great second half for Chelsea though in places. That's what I mean about that weird inconsistency you talk.
It
of.
was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was much better second half, wasn't they? It was, you know, but they're just check and light at the moment, Chelsea and West Ham. I mean, I don't know what's going on with West Ham.
Yeah, although they were much better against Liverpool on the weekend. I thought in parts they played quite well. I mean, look at that front four, right? That played. Jared Bowen, Kudus,
Antonio.
Paqueta, and Antonio. Like they shouldn't. Obviously, it's the problem's conceding goals, isn't it? Chelsea at home. What are we thinking?
It's a big game, you know. This is for fans wise. This is big grudge match. This.
It's a weird one with London clubs. Like, I always remember obviously Tottenham as well. Tottenham's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is this obviously
This isn't as big as probably Chelsea, Tottenham.
West Ham? What would they like?
West Ham's still big. It's still
What's the biggest one for them? Millwall.
who West Ham.
Yeah.
West Ham, Millwall. Yeah, that's big. Yeah, West Ham, Millwall. That's where the most trouble's been, I'd say. We're not advocate of that, obviously.
No, we're
but
not condoning it.
we want football, and I want to see some good football played at this game. So I'm gonna back Chelsea.
Are you?
I'm gonna back Chelsea. I think they'll have too much. Cole Palmer was obviously fit, so he's playing. Looks as though he's back playing. I've backed Chelsea 2-1.
Have you?
I've backed Chelsea 2-1. I still see him leaking in a goal. I don't see it could be in a clean sheet, but I see Chelsea just getting this over the line.
Do you know one thing I've seen at Chelsea, and I've seen at other clubs as well, is player entrances. They're making much bigger deals of them now. I know City do this. They have like a band on, and I know at Chelsea,
I saw this at City.
There's this really famous TV warm-up guy. Like whenever you do any TV show, it's the same like four warm-up people that warm up the crowd. One of them he's a bit of a legend called Andy Collins, and I saw that he was doing what was called the blue carpet, and it was the players' entrance to it. But I think quite a few football clubs are starting to copy this model. Is it? And I assume it's to kind of build the players up and make a bit of an atmosphere for when you arrive.
It's also, I think it kind of blurs out. Crouchy, you're
Yeah.
Is this what you
Do
mean?
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like seriously, like when you get off the bus.
Is this?
When you get off the bus, it can be difficult when you're in certainly away ground or when you've got a big long walk. There's a lot of people that don't like you as well in football.
But it's quite a lot of fuss when you step off the bus as well, isn't it? To head straight into sort of carnival atmosphere like that.
So I just think, you get a few tunes on. You can block that little.
You quite like it, do you?
Well, I mean, that was always a bit of a gauntlet. Like, if you've been having a nightmare and stuff like that, like, you're like, oh, he's crap. I hope you're not playing today.
So Andy Collins is shouting down a microphone and there's a brass band on.
Yeah, it feels better.
I'm going to go 2-2 in this game. Really don't know how to call it. I feel like I've gone a bit safe on that one and a bit on the fence, boring, but two teams that I can't see either winning, and I've had to go for a draw, so I've gone 2-2.
Well, I'm going to go big time. And I feel like because I am in the position that I'm in, maybe people say I'm getting complacent. I just think it's plain and simple showboating. I'm going to go for West Ham 2-1.
Okay.
I feel like they can get a result here. I genuinely feel it. But I feel like this cushion that I've got is allowing me to express myself.
You're taking the piss now.
I hope a week from now that leads to a very squeaky arse.
I feel like I'm allowing myself to express myself. I could. It's not maybe the safest bet with Chelsea at home, but I feel like I watched West Ham play well. I think 2-1's a decent result.
Okay.
Right, we've got Brighton versus Aston Villa.
Yeah. Villa, they're playing well at the moment. Brighton are stumbling towards the end of the season. I'm not really sure what's going on at Brighton as well with the manager, De Zerbi. His stock seems to just be dropping a little bit. Lovely guy, got a lot of time for him, but I don't know what's going on with Brighton at the minute. So I'm going to go straight in with the prediction. I'm going to go Villa 2-1.
Is this the Steve Sidwell derby?
There is a few derbies. This is a Steve Sidwell derby. I played in this game, and Villa, they're on for Champions League. I'm going to go Villa 2-1.
Have you played in this game for both teams? No, not at the same time, obviously.
Yes, I have.
Have you really?
I've played for Villa against Brighton, and I played for Brighton against Villa. Yeah.
Well, there you
cool,
go. I wonder how
that's
many
nice.
times that's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It wasn't confusing at any point. It was all fine.
No, it's I passed to the same team.
That's what you paid the big money for, isn't it? All right. I've actually got the same score as you. I've got Villa 2, Brighton 1.
I'm going to go.
You shit house.
Are you trying to stay 1 point ahead?
No, not at all. Not at all.
See, now normally I'll go, Joe, I won't be the same. I'll go for a draw.
He's just shit house you. You always do that. He always does that. You shithoused him there.
Why? Because I won't. What? No, I predicted my score.
That's fine.
I wrote it down.
It's all right. Yeah, all good. I'm going to go with 3-1 Aston Villa. That all right with you?
Occupying the cock position on this, aren't you? It's just like, why not? He's got a smile on his face.
I believe you were quite similar to me.
I was at one point, mate.
And look what's happened to
Quickly
you.
changes.
All right, then, just enough time to hear from Susie Dent, I believe.
Yes.
Hi team. Well, last week we talked about top bins and you had a great discussion about another word, the stanch or stanchion, and you were wondering A, where it came from, and B, whether it was limited to football, because no one would go to home base and buy a stanchion, and you said no one's got one at home. Well, you might do. So here goes, a brief history of the stanchion. First of all, is defined in the dictionary as an upright bar, post or frame that forms a support or barrier, and it is used for lots and lots of different things. So in architecture, they're the iron bars. In windows, particularly grand or historic windows, they might protect the corner of a wall. They are those upright bars that hold the kind of velvet ropes that cordon off some areas at, concerts or in historic houses. You'll find them in the headrests of cars, military aircraft, ice hockey, apparently. The post used to hold panes of glass in place. I mean, lots and lots of different areas. And obviously in football and other sports with a goal, they are the horizontal extensions to the goalposts that kind of support the goal net and stop it from drooping. And I suppose specifically in football, if I'm right, it is basically another term for top bins, isn't it? The V-shaped part behind the post that joins to the crossbar. But Peter's right, I think, in that goals have changed, looking back over their history. So Real Goal connoisseurs could apparently once tell which ground they were looking at just by the back stanchions, so the different colours and the triangles and the curves or the angles. So the stanchions with the sloping net that runs to the pitch, or those that seem to stretch back and back, whereas every club in the Premier League now has those big nets with posts at the back rather than the triangles, so we don't see balls stuck in them anymore. Oh, and the spelling of stanchion, which I know you were also wondering about, is STANCHION, and in summary, not at all exclusive to football, and it goes all the way back to the Romans, so pretty old. Anyway, just to finish with a side note, I love the way that today's goalposts are still referred to as the woodwork. When did they last actually consist of wood? Speak to you next week.
Brilliant.
There's always bye. There's always there's always a little zinger at the end. She throws one back.
The woodwork.
I heard Darren Fletcher talk about this on the weekend on the commentary. He was like, "Why are we consistently calling it woodwork?" But it's something that happens in football that should stay in
The
football.
woodwork, yeah.
All right, before we go, thanks for that, Susie, by the way. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Before we go, I did say that I was going to get a special guest on to analyse the Liverpool Paddy Power Liverpool Tottenham game, and that person's Rio Ferdinand. He sent me a voice note, but I haven't listened to it yet. But let's
Crouchy.
let's go.
Yes, Crouchy, I'm your man in these situations. Who you call if you want a little bit of insight into getting a result. Right, I'm going to go with my decision now. Right, listen, I'm going to go Spurs to win 2-1 because Liverpool are in disarray.
Same as the Raider.
We've seen Salah and Klopp arguing.
It was the Raider.
Tour's not going to plan. And since Klopp's been to Liverpool, in the main, it's been a settled place. And they're not used to this. They just ain't used to it. So I don't think they're dealing with it right. Dropped a lot of points recently, fallen away from the title race. And I'm going to go, not the Spurs are flying or they're a much better team. I'm just going to go under them circumstances. It's going to lean me towards Spurs getting a 2-1 win. And I'm going to go Son first goal. Bosh.
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 Rio has spoken. This is actually the Peter Crouch derby as well, remember? So we've got a Sidwell derby
of course,
and a Peter Crouch derby this weekend. And Rio's spoken. I'm going to go with him 2-1 to Tottenham.
So you'll have the same as me.
Same as the Raider.
So the Raider and Rio Ferdinand. What a panel that could be.
Wow.
If TNT are listening.
We'll see. I hope I hope it's right.
Let's do it. All right, nice for that, guys. Good luck.
Yeah, thanks.
Games commence.
Good luck.
We'll see you next time.